Hello kindergarten, today we are going to talk more about measurement, but we're going to talk about something called capacity. And here is the word capacity. Capacity is how much a container can hold, okay? So that's what we're going to be working on today. So if we look at these two containers, for example, and I asked you which one of these two containers would hold more, what would your answer be? You would probably say this container because it's bigger, so it can hold more. So we're going to do a couple of activities today talking about capacity and which container holds more. So first I'm going to start off by looking at these three containers. Okay, so we have a red container, this orange container, and this yellow container. If we're looking at all three containers and I asked which container holds more, you would say which color. Yes, the red container would hold more. And out of these three containers, which container would hold less? That's right, the yellow container would hold less. So let's go ahead and do a little activity to start off first. And how many orange containers do you think will fit inside of this red container? We're gonna use some rice to see if we can figure it out. So I'm gonna fill up my orange container one time. So go ahead in your head and think or you can go ahead and say it out loud. How many orange containers do you think will fit in here? Go ahead and say it out loud and then we'll test it out to see if you're right or not. So we'll put the orange container, one orange container in, and you can see it's not all the way filled up. So I'm gonna fill it up another time and see what happens. Now, do you think this time it's gonna fill it up? Or do you think we're gonna need some more? Oh, that second orange container filled up our red container. So two orange containers made up the one red container. All right, now I'm gonna dump this rice out and we're gonna look at our yellow container and our red container. Okay, now if you look at the yellow container compared to the orange, how many yellows do you think it might take to fill up the red container? Go ahead and think about your answer. So you can go ahead and say it out loud if you want, and we're gonna try it out and see what happens, okay? So let's fill up the yellow container one time into the red. So there it is once. I think we still need some more. So let's try it again. Okay, there's two yellow containers inside of our red container and I still see some more space. So now I'm gonna fill it up. This is number 3. And there's still a little bit left. So let's try it again. This is number 4. And I think that about gets it all the way to the top. So it took 4 yellow containers to fill the red container. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump that out. And next, we're gonna look at some containers that are shaped a little bit differently. So I have this blue container with some water in it, and I have this purple container with some water in it, okay? And now my question to you is, which container holds more? Is it the blue container or is it the purple container? We're gonna find out, okay? So first, I'm gonna pour my purple container into this container and we're gonna see how high the water gets. Whew, okay. So you can tell that the water is going to this line right here. So we have a line here, line 1, and this is our second line, okay? Now I'm gonna pour this water back into the purple container. Okay, now let's try the blue container. Do you think it's gonna fill it up more or less? Let's try it. Whoa, do you see that? The blue container goes, here's line 1 and line 2. The blue container goes to the second line as well. So both containers had the same amount of water in them, but it didn't look like it because one container is shaped different than the other. So sometimes our containers can be different shapes, but they hold the same amount of water. So let's pour this back into the blue container. And I'm gonna show you how this works. I'm gonna pour the purple container into this container over here. And let's try pouring the blue into the purple and see what happens. Yeah, it holds the same amount of water. Now let's put the purple inside of the blue and test it out again. There we go. So the purple container and the blue container both held the same amount of water. Now today in your activity, you're gonna take a look at some pictures and you're gonna decide which item or which container holds more. Okay, so if we were talking about a bathtub and a cup, would the bathtub hold more water or the cup? The bathtub, you're right. So thanks for learning about capacity with me today. Go ahead and do your activity now, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.